Hey guys, today we're going to take a look at the new updated Jahking paddle from Triple J. Now the original Jahking came out last year. It's a carbon fiber thermoform paddle. Now with the new updated version, it's still thermoformed, but now uses an aramid surface. So let's see how the two compare. Like I mentioned earlier, both versions of the Jahking have the same shape dimensions and only differ in their face surface material. They have the traditional elongated shape with 16.5 inches in length, 7.5 inches in width, a 14mm core thickness, and a 5.5 inch handle. The original Jahking uses a T700 carbon fiber surface, and I think it basically plays like a more affordable Carbon 1X 14mm clone, while the Jahking AR uses a pure aramid surface instead. If you're unfamiliar with what aramid is, it's the generic material of what Kevlar is. Kevlar is just a trademark name of the aramid created by DuPont, which is more expensive as a well-known premium version. In a way, it does sound like what Kevlar is to aramid is like what T700 is to generic carbon fiber, but I don't know for sure if there are differences like spin degradation and durability between Kevlar and generic aramid, like how people like John Q have noticed between T700 and generic carbon fiber, so I can't comment for sure if Kevlar actually does have an improved performance over aramid. Kevlar/aramid paddles have become popular recently, with brands like 6-0, Pickleball Apes, and Mark Pickleball all recently coming out with their own ones, but with the Triple J Jahking AR, as far as I know, this is the first 14mm and also the first elongated paddle to use full aramid in the surface, which is pretty fun to see. But back to the differences between the two Jahking versions, the swing weight and twist weight for both were pretty much the same. For the original Jahking, I got 118 with a 6.00 swing weight, while with the AR, I got 120 with a 6.05 swing weight. And this makes sense since the only change between the two is the paddle face surface, and the small differences I did see in those numbers could be from manufacturing variances. For spin, I got the similar results for both as well, so the last areas we'll go into are the face stiffness, power, and sweet spot. Starting with the face stiffness, in my experience from my past reviews, I've noticed that paddles with aramid fibers in their surfaces have felt less stiff compared to carbon fiber ones, and I believe this is since aramid has better vibration reduction and it's also lower in tensile strength compared to carbon fiber, so they've generally had a softer feel. Now, thinner 14mm carbon fiber thermoform paddles are generally pretty stiff, and this holds true for the original Jahking. As for the Jahking AR, it's still on the stiffer end and it's the stiffest aramid paddle I've used so far, but I will say it does feel slightly more plush than the original Jahking. As for the power and sweet spot, I think there is a small difference here as well, as the AR gives you just a tad bit more power with more forgiveness in the sweet spot, though it does have less pop than the original Jahking. Compared to all the other Gen 2 thermoform 14mm paddles I've tried, I do think the Jahking AR is the softest feeling, but it generates the most power on drives. Overall, I wouldn't call the Jahking AR an upgrade over the original, but more of a side grade. There are trade-offs for both, and while they are pretty small, personally I do enjoy the AR over the original. It was definitely fun to experiment with this new surface, and I definitely give props to Triple J for trying something not done before in the aramid market, and also at an affordable price point. The Jahking retails for $120, and after discount code DMVPBall, this drops down to $108, making it the cheapest aramid surface paddle out there. I've added this code to the video description, as well as a link to where to buy one, but we'll also be doing a giveaway for a chance to win a Triple J paddle. To enter, go on Instagram and follow Triple J Pickleball, and then follow the channel's Instagram and send me a DM with a message saying if you would prefer the carbon fiber Jahking or the aramid one.
Thrive, baby, thrive.